too long. Ladies and gentlemen, family and friends, and Adam, my beautiful new wife and I would like to thank you all for sharing in our dream come true, so thank you for being here today. We would also like to give a special thank you to Emma's Auntie Liz and family, Auntie Chris and Uncle Mick, my 3 brothers and their wives, and my mum and Stuart for travelling as far as they've had to join us today, so thank you. While I have the chance, I would also like to share a thought for 2 people who could not be with us on this day. They may not be sat here on the top table where they belong, but we feel they have never really left our side. That's my best friend in the whole wide world, the lady who never judged me and only ever loved me, my nan, Hazel Johnson, and Emma's sister, Anne-Marie. I know I never got to meet her, but I do know she'll be so proud of you today, Mrs. Foskin. And I can imagine that they are both together, loving this day as much as we are right now. Before we go any further, gents on the stag do, and I'm looking at the table over there, and my brothers, Burley. Your names, unfortunately, have been highlighted for the incident that happened in the comedy club. I don't want to mention names. I don't think that would be fair. So Sav, no heckling, please. So we're watching you. Go there. Okay. Well, to the bridesmaids, I think you'll all agree that they look amazing. And girls, I want to say a special thank you. Today wouldn't have been as good as it is, and a dream come true for me and Emma. So thank you very much. We have a few little gifts for you, which Charlotte's going to help me hand out. The first one is for Katie, my princess. I promised I wouldn't embarrass you, but I knew my princess, you always have been and you always will be. Nothing's ever going to change. Don't, because now I'm going to go. I want you to know, I don't even have to read it. I know that sometimes we don't get on and we wind each other up as much as we do. But there's not a day that I'm not proud of you, and that me and Emma just are not blown away from what you do for us. So it's a little something in the card, and you know, open it in your own time, but we just want you to know that we love you. And next to Emma's sister, Jen, aka Dude, or as I lovingly call her, Sister. You were there on our first date, and to be honest, you've been there ever since. Bottle of Jägermeister in one hand, a fag in the other. Me and your sister wouldn't have it any other way, and I'd like to think we hit it off right from the start. Jen, I want to thank you for today, yesterday, and every other day me and my wife have, because you know we're always a part of it. Thank you. Now to Charlotte, Pingu, as I love to call her. I just want you to know that everybody in the whole room thinks you look like a fairy princess today. You look amazing. I want to thank you for helping me keep on my toes and always loving my magic, even though you know I'll put it on my sleeve. And I couldn't go any further with a special thank you for my original shadow, because he was the first one that looked right into my eyes and made me want to be a better person, and that's Leighton. Thank you, son. People may think I'm strange the way I confide in you, but son, I asked you for your advice on getting engaged, and I would look nothing more than you being here right next to me as my best man. But you have a bit more dirt on me than Dean, so I'm pretty son, thank you for everything you are and helping make this family complete. So thank you, Leighton. No problem. And while I have this chance, I would like to thank my brothers, 2 there, 1 there. Scott, growing up you were my hero, managed to hold my hand through those early rave days in the 90s. He taught me how to chat up girls and how to treat them. Suffice to say, I have changed my ways and I've found myself a princess because of it. Thank you. Elliot, you stepped up because a 17-year-old raver didn't really seem to be the way to go. So you put me up in Hong Kong and I began to learn what life was really like. And without that, I wouldn't be here where I am right now. So cheers, bruv, another fine mess you've got us into. And last for a reason, my little brother Adam, bruv. At the time when we lost our best friend and Nan, we stuck together and played COD back in those days before half of them knew how to spell it. Our whole world went tits up. I was in hospital and I thought I wasn't going to see the kids again, and you were the one that kept me sane. Then you left me, you joined the Navy and became not just a brother, but a good friend and somebody I miss, and I mean that. I would like to give a little shout out to my schoolmates who are sat on that table over there. Thank you for coming today. You boys have been with me from day one and I wouldn't have had it any other way, so thank you. And I couldn't let it go any further without pointing out a certain Mr. Paul Williams. My longest standing friend, 30 years, never one argument, and I mean that, not one word said in anger. We was raving at 14, drinking at 15, well, 18 because Lane's in the room. We lived next door to each other at 18 for a short while. We've had holidays, you name it, we've done it together, and always with a smile. And I realised the other day that Mr. Paul Williams, who is now 36, he's never had a nickname, so today I'm asking everybody at some point if you can come up with something. It's a special day for me and I want to christen it and get him a nickname. You need a nickname, Paul. 36 years, you need a nickname, so someone's got to come up with something. 35? I'm not even 36 yet. That's what getting married does to you, I'm telling you. Now I turn to Brendan Silve. From day one you helped make me feel welcome in your home. And it wasn't long until you gained another 2 grandchildren who felt part of your family. So much so, my mum and Stuart now use Cullingham Palace as their first port of call when they stop in Birmingham. You've even adopted one of their dogs and often look after their other dog. I really want to take this chance to say thank you for the perfect job you have done in raising the most beautiful gift in the world, and a gift I can't wait to unwrap later. I'm allowed one. Now then, I turn to my mum and Stuart. Looking back, I know it couldn't have been easy bringing up such a talented and gifted child. Come on. But you have. Mum, every step of the way you have been there. Me and the kids would not be where we are today if it was not for what you have sacrificed for us. Telling you I love you never comes close to explaining how much that is, but I'm never going to stop. I love you and I always will. Thank you. Stuart, moving on to you. Over the years, I know I've pushed you to your limits. I've tested the lack of patience you have. You've always been there for me to try again. And to be honest, Stuart, over the years, I don't think there's ever really been a chance for me to, a right time or right place for me to tell you I love you. And I think we'll all agree that today isn't that day, so I'm going to move swiftly. I'm going to tell to my dad. This is going to be a little bit hard because unfortunately my dad has a dirty little secret. He doesn't want me to say this and he's tried to hide it for so long, and you can see how worried he is. I don't want you to judge him. We've had to put up with it as a family. I think we've held it right, but I think today with family and friends and Adam, there's time that we let them know. So unfortunately my daddy's a blue nose. Thank you, James. That's really the best, man. Apart from being a blue nose, he is without doubt the #1 Mike Reed across Terry Tibbs lookalike. Dad, I just want you to know that I love you so much, and if I have 3 present kids, plus any more that we gather along the way, maybe not. If you love me as half as much as I love you, then I know that it will happen. Thank you. Dean, the best man. Picking the best man was easy. I knew who I wanted before I asked Emma to marry me. He couldn't make it today, so we've asked a special leave for Dean, who I must say he's hidden his tag well, but we have promised to get him back before his curfew's over. Now if you know Dean, You've heard every story he has to say about me more than once, and changing every time. Sorry, Hon. So I'm not too worried about what he has to say here today, but I just wanted you to know that as well as him having an amazing talent of finding trouble, he also found me, and before you say it, I'm no trouble at all. Dean was a man who stood by my side no matter what I faced, and I remember what happened in Panic. That to me, Dean, made us inseparable from that day on. When I was down, Dean was always there to take the piss out of me, just enough for me to want to stand tall and stand proud, which is what I always do when I'm with him. Dean, thank you. It's an honour to have you as a best man, and an even bigger honour to call you my friend. And the stag do was amazing. And don't worry, an email was circulated about the amount of bullshit you can come out with, so before I hand over to Dean, my best friend, my shadow, and the best man, Mr. Whitmore, I have a few things to say about my beautiful, amazing, stunning wife. Emma, I know at the start people might have thought that I played hard to get, but babe, you got me and I wouldn't have had it any other way. I can't believe that this day has arrived so quickly. It only seems like yesterday that we met O'Neill's when you tripped down the stairs. At that point I know you'd already fallen for me. Having you and Charlotte come into our lives has helped me realise how much of life we were missing out on. Emma, this day is definitely a dream come true for me. There used to be a time when I built barriers, and most of the room will tell you I wouldn't let anybody close. But you worked your magic and you knocked them down, and Hon, I thank you for that. What I'm really trying to say is I'm so proud to be the man who can call you my wife, my best friend and my soulmate, and babe, I'm so in love with you.